Deep in a sunny meadow, filled with wildflowers and buzzing bees, lived a fluffy little chick named Chirpy. She was curious and loved to explore. One bright morning, while her mother and siblings were busy pecking at seeds, Chirpy spotted a beautiful blue butterfly. Its wings fluttered like tiny jewels in the sunlight. "Wow," she chirped softly, and without a second thought, she began to follow it. The butterfly danced from flower to flower, leading Chirpy farther and farther away from her cozy nest. She hopped over a little stream, squeezed through a patch of tall grass, and giggled as she tried to catch the pretty creature. Suddenly, the butterfly soared high into the sky and disappeared over a hill. Chirpy stopped and looked around. The familiar sounds of her family were gone. The tall grass now seemed like a giant forest, and the stream she had hopped over looked wide and scary. A cold shiver ran down her little body. She was all alone. "Mama? Papa?" she called out, her voice trembling, but the only answer was the gentle rustle of the leaves. Tears welled up in her eyes. How would she ever find her way back home? The world, which had seemed so friendly just a moment ago, now felt big and frightening. As evening began to paint the sky in shades of orange and purple, Chirpy huddled under a large mushroom, shivering with fear and cold. Just then, a deep, gentle voice echoed from above. "Who, little one, what seems to be the trouble?" Chirpy looked up and saw a magnificent owl perched on a branch. He had big, round, golden eyes that seemed to glow in the twilight. This was Oliver, the wisest owl in the entire forest. He had seen the lost chick from his high perch and noticed her distress. He could have just flown off to hunt for his dinner, but seeing the tiny, trembling chick stirred something in his heart. He swooped down gracefully, landing softly beside her. "You seem to have wandered quite far from your nest," Oliver said in a calm, soothing voice. Chirpy, still sniffling, nodded her head. "I followed a butterfly," she whispered, "and now I can't find my mommy." Oliver's gaze was kind. He understood her fear. "Don't you worry," he said reassuringly. "I know this forest like the back of my wing. I will help you get home." A wave of relief washed over Chirpy. Just hearing his calm voice made her feel a little safer. Oliver asked her to describe her home, the big oak tree, the patch of red clovers, the babbling brook nearby. With a gentle hoot, Oliver told Chirpy to follow him. It flew slowly, just a little ahead, often looking back to make sure the little chick was keeping up. He led her through paths she didn't recognize, pointing out landmarks with his wing. "See that cluster of birch trees? We'll turn left there," he'd say. He told her stories about the stars that were beginning to twinkle in the night sky to keep her mind off her fear. He was patient and gentle, never rushing her tiny legs. Chirpy felt a growing warmth in her chest, not just from hopping, but from the kindness this stranger was showing her. He didn't have to help, but he chose to. After what felt like a long journey, Chirpy heard a familiar sound. "Cheep! Cheep!" It was her family. Just ahead, under the big oak tree, her mother was pacing back and forth, her heart heavy with worry. Her mother thanked him profusely, too, her eyes filled with gratitude. Oliver simply smiled. As he flew back to his tree, a wonderful, warm feeling spread through his chest. He realized that the happiness he felt from helping the little chick was a far greater reward than any dinner. It was the simple, pure joy that comes from being kind. And that, he knew, was the most precious feeling of all. So the next time you see someone who looks a little lost or sad, remember Oliver the Owl. A small act of kindness, a helping hand, or even just a warm smile can make a world of difference. It not only lights up their day, but it fills your own heart with a special kind of warmth that money can't buy. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to spread a little kindness wherever you go. Follow for more stories that warm the heart.